If you're a founder, you know the feeling, right? There's just way too much to do and never, ever enough time. But what if I told you the solution isn't about managing your time better, it's actually about something way more powerful? Let's dive in.
Man, this quote it nails it, doesn't it? It's that crazy feeling of being completely buried in work, but somehow still feeling like you're not making any real progress. You're not alone in this, I promise. It's just part of the reality of building something from the ground up.
So here's the twist. This is the idea that really changes the game. We've all been told to just cram more into our day, to manage every single second. But honestly, that approach is usually a one-way ticket to burnout. The real problem is something else entirely.
See, the solution isn't managing time, it's about allocating it. Think of it like a brand new operating system for your focus. It works on 3 distinct levels: how you handle the immediate, stressful moment, how you design your week with intention, and how you plan your entire quarter. This is exactly how you shift from being reactive to truly strategic. Okay, but first, let's get real about the problem. Why does the life of a founder feel so completely chaotic? Well, understanding the common traps is the absolute first step to getting out of them.
Any of these sound familiar? Yeah, I thought so. The multitasking myth, it actually makes you less focused, not more. Death by 1,000 meetings totally drains your energy for the deep work that actually matters. And the social media illusion, it creates this constant crushing pressure by showing you everyone else's highlight reel. Look, these aren't personal failings. They are systemic traps we all fall into.
And the end result of falling into all these traps is, of course, burnout. And let's be clear, this isn't just about being tired. It's a much deeper crisis. It's an emotional exhaustion, where the very work that used to let you up now just drains you. It's a huge red flag that your connection to your why is broken.
So, let's talk about level 1, mastering the moment. This is all about tactical, in-the-moment control.
The secret here isn't to just power through stress, it's to interrupt it. When that tough investor call or critical bug report comes in, your body just goes straight into fight or flight mode. A tactical pause is like your personal circuit breaker. It gives you the space to respond thoughtfully instead of just reacting on instinct.
And here is your #1 tool for that pause. It's called box breathing, and it's incredibly simple and unbelievably effective. You just inhale for a count of 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for another 4. Just doing this a few times physically calms your nervous system down and literally stops the stress response in its tracks. Now, we can build on that physical calm with a really powerful mental technique called the 3R method. First, you relax, using that box breathing we just talked about. Next, you recall a time when you were at your absolute best, a moment of total confidence and flow. And finally, you re-engage with the problem, but this time you're coming from a place of centered strength, not panicky reaction. All right, that was level 1. Now for level 2, winning the week. We're moving from tactical control of the moment to the strategic design of our time, zooming out from the battlefield to the strategy room. This right here is probably the most critical habit for preventing that feeling of just drifting aimlessly. I call it the Sunday CEO meeting. It's a non-negotiable meeting with yourself to review, reflect, and realign. It's the bridge that makes sure the things you're doing every single day are actually moving you closer to your long-term vision. A really effective review has 3 parts. First, you get clear by processing all your inputs. It's like a mental reset. Second, you get current by reflecting on what worked, what didn't, and why. And finally, the fun part, you get creative, proactively blocking out time for your biggest priorities in the week ahead. You become the architect of your week, not just a victim of it.
And that brings us to level 3, the 91-day sprint. Now we're zooming out to the horizon. This is where your weekly plans connect to your big picture vision and actually make it a reality.
A 91-day sprint, or a quarter, is the perfect amount of time. It's long enough to make real, meaningful progress, but short enough to keep things urgent and agile. You can break your first sprint down really neatly. The first 30 days are for defining and validating your ideas. The next 30 are for building and launching a prototype. And the final 30 are all about getting it to market and learning from real-world data.
So how do you actually measure success in that sprint? With something called OKRs. The objective is your big, ambitious, inspirational goal. That's the what. The key results are the measurable, verifiable outcomes that prove you actually achieved it. That's the how. This simple framework shifts your focus from just being busy to driving real, tangible results.
Here's a perfect example to make it real. The objective is to validate product market fit. Now, that's a great goal, but it's kind of fuzzy, right? How do you know if you've done it? The key result makes it totally concrete. Achieve a net promoter score of 40 or more from 50 beta users. Bam! Now you have a clear, data-driven target. There's zero ambiguity.
Okay, now for the most important part, the integrated system. The crucial thing to get here is how these three levels all connect. This isn't just a random collection of tips, it's a unified system, a virtuous cycle for high performance. Think about it. That tactical pause in the moment gives you the clarity to actually execute your weekly plan. Your weekly plan makes sure you're on track for your 91-day sprint. And hitting your sprint goals, that frees up time and resources to invest back into your own well-being. It's this amazing cycle where your success and your sustainability actually feed each other.
Ultimately, it all comes down to this single question. This system gives you the tools to move from a reactive state, where you are a victim of your calendar, to a proactive one, where you are the architect of your own impact. The choice is yours.
These incredibly powerful and practical principles come from the great work of Toye Oceanbiye at Business Leaders Coach. It's an organization that's truly dedicated to helping founders and CEOs become more effective leaders so they can scale their businesses with clarity and confidence.
Now, if you want to put all of this into action, you can download the complete Founders Productivity and Time Allocation Guide. It's a detailed 23-page playbook designed to help you solve these challenges for good. Just head over to businessleaderscoach.com, join the community, and you can get your guide for free.